Hello boys and girls, my name is Christian. Let's put me on the big screen, and I'm streaming here live from the arcade, or arcade as it's called in Danish. We're a Danish YouTube channel, but on Twitch I stream in English language. So this time I'm gonna have a look at Heroes of the Storm, as we've done many times before. The game looks like this. We're currently sitting in a queue for Heroes League, as it's called, and just waiting to get inside a game. Oh my god, I have more losses than wins. That's not entirely great. But I don't really know. Maybe we should talk about what I've done this weekend, because I've been home by the parents because my little sister, she had her birthday yesterday. The day before yesterday. So we were home celebrating her, and it was quite nice. So I hope you've enjoyed your weekend as well and had a great time, and maybe been to a party or enjoyed your family, or just stayed at home and played some games and relaxed for a bit. I've relaxed with the family and quite enjoyed it, but I haven't really played any games, so looking forward to getting some games done here, and hopefully we'll get into a match here soon. So to be honest, Heroes of the Storm is actually the only MOBA that I enjoy. I believe the others are there's too much to manage for me. I'm not saying they're worse games. Obviously a lot more people enjoy them than Heroes of the Storm. But Heroes of the Storm is sort of like they simplified it in the right ways so that I may enjoy it a bit more. That's why I'm sticking with Blizzard's MOBA instead of the others. But obviously I'm in the minority, so there are oftentimes a bit more waiting times to get into these ranked matches, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, what you gonna do? Play what you enjoy, right? So I'm trying to keep up with the chat, if anybody wanted to play here. Or wanted to play what I'm talking about. If anybody wanted to, I might have a live chat up. I don't know, but I can check it every so often just to be sure. But so while we wait, if you want to share what you've been doing this weekend, you're free to do so. That'd be nice, but obviously it's not a requirement. But for today, at least, I'm gonna see how much of these quests I'm gonna be able to do. I have a couple of hours before I had to hit to work, so 2 matches should be possible. I might even go for free if they're quick, and then we'll just rack in the gold. Okay. So welcome to the chat. I have at least some agreement to my statement that HOTS is at least has some benefits, mostly in that it has multiple matches and multiple objectives in those matches. Or it's not matches, but multiple what do you call it, maps with different objectives, which really helps out the game a lot, both in being more diverse, but also that the metagame doesn't really establish itself, at least not in... I'm only in silver, so I'm only playing with poor people like myself, obviously, but there isn't really a stronger meta as there is in the other games that has one map. So you can play a bit more free form, a bit more how you like. But you've obviously played a lot of Dota. I can read in the chat. The first MOBA I played was the original Dota mod for World of Warcraft, and I quite enjoyed it at the time. It was pretty unique and pretty well crafted compared to other mods, who weren't really going that much for a good balance. But once it really got popular, at the time. And people started getting good, I just started getting my ass whooped. And I never really was that good at knowing what to buy in the store. That was sort of my weak spot. I never knew what to go for, which items. I just went for whatever looked cool. Or, oh, this one gives me a lot of damage, but I didn't know whether they were good or not. So I fell off the wagon, and then I played some LOL when it came out. Had an early account. Still got my ass kicked, and then, yeah, never really got back into it until HOTS. And now I played a lot of HOTS. So it must be doing something right. At least for me. Okay, so we have a guy down here who's going for warrior. Now we have support. So maybe we should just go for damage dealer. And he is sort of like close range. So maybe we could actually go for one of these. Let's go with Tyrant. So Tyrant is noted as, actually she's noted as a support character, but she is mostly a damage dealer. Her support is pretty subpar, but it's actually not that weak if you play her right. She has a pretty weak healing spell that has a lot of cooldown, but you can bring down the cooldown if you use her auto attack. So you're actually able to be quite sustainable in a fight if you're going one-on-one, because you constantly get your healing ability back when you're fighting someone. But her main good parts are her ability to stun people, and obviously her far-reaching ability where she puts out, I think it's an owl or something like that, that flies across the map and can hit the enemy, and you can build up the damage during the match, so it in the end does quite a lot of damage. Yeah, okay, yeah. You're right. I get a comment that she is sort of support in a way that she goes kills, so she supports the team, and she gives map awareness, and that's correct. Because her ability that is, I usually buff. I usually build her towards using that ability, where she pokes from afar. But it also reveals the map along the way. Yeah, Hunter's Mark is pretty good. I'm currently level 10 with her, and I'm working towards level 15, and I really enjoy her. In the beginning I thought she would be tough to level up, because usually I play almost every class, but I've played most support characters, and usually I try to work towards getting every character to level 15. And I don't really have that many support characters left. Some of them I have left is her, obviously, and Tessada, both whom are pretty unique support characters because they aren't really that focused on healing. So in the beginning I was thinking about using her every once in a while whenever the possibility was there, but I couldn't really get a handle of playing her right. But once you get used to that she isn't really a healer as much as more damage dealer, it helps out a lot. But she's pretty fun to play. Yeah, Stukov he's pretty great. So the way I work towards level 15 is I pick 2 characters from each class whom I then favorite, and then I work towards their level 15. And right now my two supports are Tyrant, which is pretty different support, and Stukov. But I think Stukov is very, very nice. But currently I don't think I've worked any character or hero up to 15 whom I didn't really like. Obviously I like some more than others, but I haven't really come across anyone that I didn't like at all. Okay. She went in aggressive, I thought she'd run away. Run down here. So Jaina's Icicle has quite a bit of range actually. So do you also play ranked a lot? And if you do, where you're placed at? Because I think my method, even though it helps me to focus on some characters, because I only have a picking pool of 8, right? So it helps me out to focus on a bit of a small pool of heroes, which in turn also helps me out getting better with them. So let's get up here and help our team. But even though I have a smaller pool to get good with, the fact that I play with heroes that I haven't played that much with, because they got out of my pool once I get to level 15, whoop, I still have a hard time getting up in the ranks. Oh, there we go. So the best method would obviously be to just pick heroes you are the best with and just stick with those every time you rank. That would ensure that you played your best every match. You know, you knew how to which role to fill in every match. And then you would play at your best, right? Let's go. So right now we're just building up her ability, her Sentinel ability here, so that it does more damage and costs less mana. Can't remember if it, yeah, and it also gets piercing. So we've got 2 guys, but 2 guys mid. Let's just get over here. Okay. Yeah, I usually just play Hero League, so that's a bunch of randos all around. I think usually the tone is pretty nice. Obviously you once in a while meet up with people who are difficult to tolerate, let's just call them that. And usually it's the bad players who actually has a lot of attitude, which is weird, but I don't know. Let's help out. Oh, damn it. Okay. Let's just go down here and disturb these guys. Oh, okay. So Tyrant is one of those heroes that is actually quite mana hungry. Alright, go. Okay. I don't really have any advice for keeping her mana high. The problem is that she uses her mana usage amount is pretty high, just using her offensive abilities, and then once you also need to heal, then her mana usage just gets a bit out of hand. But as you level up her sentinel ability, at least it lowers its mana usage. Yeah, she's a man, but alright, that's right. Also, you mostly play versus AI? Okay. Do you think the AI is good in the game? Is it diverse enough so that the matches don't start feeling too much the same? There we go. Oh, damn it. So it's a real bummer when you miss with those. I would just let Jaina take the 4. Ouch. Okay. So I don't know why it seems to be lagging every once in a while. Maybe it's my computer. I don't know. Seems like every 30 seconds to just get a half a second of lag spike or something. Okay, so they have actually killed us more than we've killed them. Let's go down here. Okay. I also have a friend who recently started playing the game, and he's also enjoying it, which is nice. Hopefully we can play sometimes in the future. Hey dude. Ouch. But he mostly plays at bots as well. And I think it's quite a nice learning tool, but you also sometimes get the problem that you learn how to fight the bots instead of how to really play the game. So you just play towards how they play it, right? That's how you try to counter. Let's just fire one up there and hope we hit something. Oh shit, he's back. I need to get some more life here. Okay, let's go down here again. See if we can bring some pain. Okay. So we got the final barrage. Just heal up here a bit, and then we'll go back up. I don't know if I can even make an effort to stop them. Just fire this one up here and just stay down here and get some more XP. So my chat is actually on my mobile phone, so the text is just tiny small. So I'm really having a hard time reading it, but I'm trying to every once in a while. Let's see if we have the guy. There we go. One monitor problems. Yeah, tell me about it. I actually, until recently, I had 2 monitors, but one of them died on me, which was quite a shame. Oh shit, okay. So Genji is here. Let's just see if we can hit him. We couldn't. Let's go. So let's not get hit by his... Oh shit, let's do this! Oh, that was close, man. Can I actually hit this guy? Not if I hit like that. Damn it, sorry, mate. I couldn't make it. I didn't hit anyone? Oh, damn. They just sort of dodged it, I guess. Okay, so... Ah, okay. He got me, man. The damage was too intense. Okay, so skill shots are actually... So do you learn to avoid the skill shots or to fire them? Or maybe both versus bots? Oh shit, 4 monitors. I actually don't think I've ever seen 4 monitors hooked up to one machine. Most I've seen is 3. And most of my friends has 2, right? One for media consumption and one for gaming. But you need a lot of monitors for work. Do you program or maybe do some media production or something like that for a living? Let's take this one. This also gives us a bit of healing. All ult is already. Ouch, okay. There we go. So once we start actually having this guy out, okay, let's just run away. I can't raise the dead, so let's just get away. So once we start doing team fights, and I have a bit of upgrade on my sentinel so that it pierces. Yeah, I actually start getting quite a lot of bonus here because I hit 2-3 guys for every shot, and then because I have the ability that lowers the cooldown for each hit, I'm able to fire it off pretty fast. Okay, let's just avoid this guy. He's a bit angry right now. Did he die? He died, okay. Let's just go. We must fight as 5. Okay, so obviously we're a bit behind, but starting to rack up the damage. Okay. Okay, so it's 4 monitors at 2 machines. Okay. Yeah, because a normal graphics card only has 3 monitors out, right? Obviously, you could get another monitor if you put in some sort of USB graphics card. Let's just put some damage on this guy. Maybe the healer also needs to die a bit. There we go. Come on, just one hit. That's right, mate. I've sustained for days. So you're programming anything? What would you call it? Interesting? Is it mainly apps, programs, and stuff like that, where you get real money, or is it something fun like games? That's the upside of programming, something not that interesting, that you get usually get more money for it. The pay is better and the work times are often more, what would you call it? Relaxing? I don't know. I think that might be the wrong word to use, but... Okay, so I don't really know how dangerous it is right now. So you're actually coding on Steam? Okay, so if you're coding on Steam, then you work for Valve, and then it might be Paradox, or, I don't know, reason to get fired that you don't enjoy Dota. I don't know. Well, obviously it wouldn't be, but... It would be fun if you preferred your what would you call it? An adversary's, not an adversary, a competitor's product. Okay, so we're still in it. Oh shit, I'm trying to heal the guy. Sorry, I need to go now. Try and concentrate on keeping myself alive. Ouch, okay. Let's take this one. Nice. With 3. Two. Nice. Well, let's do this.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I would imagine that if you work for Valve, that you have quite a lot of extra work here up to Christmas, because usually you have Christmas sale, right? And you gotta make sure that everything is okay, ready to go. Especially since people both buy a lot more and I would imagine play a lot more once they get all the new games. Yeah, help. Let's hit this guy. Ouch. I don't think you're getting away, man. Okay, so we really need to defend right now, guys. I think it's lost. I think it's lost. They have both the towers, and even if they didn't, we have a boss here wailing on up. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's sort of the danger when you're playing and streaming as well, because you kind of lose focus on the game, right? I didn't do badly per se, I didn't die that much, but I also feel like I didn't really participate as well as I could, even though I almost healed as much as Rygar. Who did good? Maybe this guy? I don't know, Karasim? So let's queue up for the next match. Okay, so you mostly work server side and backend. So was it tough to get the job? I don't know. I would imagine that a lot of programmers would like to work at such a big company who both work with games and specifically is so well liked as Steam. Not Steam, sorry, Valve. So right now we've finished one match, right? So only one more, then we get this one. 200 bucks, virtual bucks, and then we only need 2 more matches over here to get the 300 pot times 2, that's 600. Bam! That math is quick. So Tyrant was going pretty well, I believe. I did some damage, but the problem was that I wasn't really focusing that much on playing with the team. I contributed with XP, I put some pressure on the towers, but I wasn't really following my team that much around. And I believe that contributed to our loss, so I take it upon myself, at least somewhat. We didn't do well, guys, and I was part of the problem, man. So right now we have a lot of guys wanting to play assassins, so maybe we should do either tank or healer. Do you have a nice skin for Stukov? Not really. So I like Stukov's main skins or color variants, especially this one, right? Because he seems kind of inspired by USSR, Russia, and I think the red really fits that theme. But I'm not really that much a fan of this one. It looks like something out of what is it called? Pirates of the Caribbean. So let's just stick with the red Stukov. So this one would be his, what is it called? Is it called service uniform? The one you use for formal situations? Once he has to wine and dine with linen. But this one is when he's in the fields, out commanding his troops of communist circlings. So we have thrown. We have quite a bit of people who are ranged assassins, right? And Thrall is a very... Oh, okay, he's obviously not ranged. Oh, actually, he's melee, but he has a very good ranged poke that he can use pretty effectively and pretty often to sort of annoy his opponents, wear them down slowly, right? That's how a poke works. Thanks for the follow, Hey It's Toki. I mostly stream on YouTube, but that is in Danish, so I don't guess you would gain much from listening to one of those. But every once in a while, I stream on my own channel here on Twitch in English. So yeah, that would be the one to follow if you're an English native speaker, or just from any other country and understand English, obviously. Okay, nice.
We will forge a great destiny.
Okay, yeah. That's also the ult I usually go with. So, which games did you work on with Bungie, or at Bungie? I played some of Bungie's old games. I started out playing with PC, and then I actually got back into console gaming once the original Xbox came out, and I won a Crystal Edition in a competition back in 2003, maybe. And since then, I've actually gamed quite a lot on console. But before that, I played a lot of PC mainly, and I played some of the old Myth games, which were quite nice at the time. They were 3D strategy games.
Warriors, prepare yourselves for combat.
Have you readied yourself for that?
So Stukov, he's a good support. He has a lot of sustained support, where he throws out a support that spreads among his allies, like a virus, sort of like a nice virus, although, and just gives a bit of healing over time. So it's not burst healing, it's kind of like sustained healing, but then he also has the ability to silence the enemies and damage them with the lurking arm. And then, as Hey It's Toki also usually goes for, he has an ult where he can push the enemy back. Which also gives him the ability to, if he gets his positioning right, to push them back into his own base. But usually you can either focus him with his weighted posture, where he debuffs the enemy. I tried that for a couple of matches. I couldn't really make it work that well. But usually I just focus on this lurking arm ability that makes this field where the enemy are both damaged and silenced. Because later on you get a skill, or you can pick a skill, where you make more damage in the field when they're below, I think it's 35% health. And that gives some great potentiality to finish off the enemies.
Kill confirmed.
There we go. Let's go up here. Okay, so we're getting the bot for free almost. There's no competition down there. So let's just focus on pushing up here. Ouch. Okay, so they get 1 and we get 2. Run away, Nova, please. Ah, damn it. Damn it. So usually I just take this quest that increases, it asks me to detonate the healing on 50 allies. And once I detonate, I increase the healing with a burst. So once I get the 50 healings or detonations, it then increases the amount that is healed. Oh, we didn't even get that. Okay, so we're still fighting for it. It then increases the healing that they gain by a factor of, I think it's 60% or something along those lines. There we go. Okay. Oops. Okay. So let's hit down here. Stick with Myrden for a while. He doesn't really need a healer though. He can just disengage and then he gets health back real quickly. Okay, 2 enemies down here, 2 assassins. Trying to stir up some trouble. Ouch. Okay, 3 assassins. Ouch. Ouch. Ah, okay. It didn't really go as planned. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm a bit behind on the chat messages, so I'm just reading those right now. But I see you understand a little of German and Spanish as well. I don't speak any Spanish at all. I can say no habla español, which I believe means I don't speak Spanish, or don't understand Spanish maybe. So we'll go for this one, where we lower its cooldown, and we might be able to use the ability a bit more often. So let's just spread this one out and use the detonation. And we'll just use it up here to finish off that guy. Take away his ability to use abilities? Take away his ability to use abilities, okay. Well, but to go back to the languages, I speak a bit of German actually. I grew up in southern Denmark, and Denmark is north of Germany, so I watched a lot of German TV as a child. And they usually we have a bit of strict rules in Denmark when it comes to TV. So on Danish channels, they can't actually show commercials during what do you call it, a program. They can only show them before and after a program. So they can't interrupt the movie and show commercials while the movie is actually playing. It ensures a better viewing experience, but obviously it also means that they can't really afford so what do we call it? They can't afford newer movies. So usually when watching them in German, there was a lot of commercial breaks, but they had newer movies. So we watched those, and obviously Germany, what is it called? They do a different voiceover. I can't actually remember the correct name for it. But then they speak every line in German and then just put them over the movie. Is it called synchronized? I can't remember. So you hear a lot of German that way. Okay, through play testing. I had a friend who worked, I believe it was in France. He worked at, was it EA or Ubisoft? Well, Ubisoft, it sounds kind of plausible that it would be Ubisoft, right? Because they are French, but I actually believe it was with EA, where it was also playtesting for a while. So I gotta be more on point with those detonations. Come on. Oh, okay. Just got a burst of damage. Whoop. So my silencing field is actually quite nice, especially against these assassins, because once they get inside, they can't really use their abilities, obviously, and that is the main damage potentiality they have. Ooh. Actually, just noticed now that the enemy has 2 healers. I hope they spec him differently.
I'm making a tactical retreat.
Okay. Thanks for watching, and I hope you're still watching right now, so I can say goodbye to you, but it was nice. It was nice to have him... Oh, what's going on with my name there? Do you see the shaking, kind of? What's down here? I don't know, the UI with my name on it was kind of moving a bit weird. It was kind of wobbling. No, anyway, it was nice having you in the chat. I hope you have a very good day. Whoop, let's get away from here. So here we are. This is the ability I was talking about earlier. It increases our damage for quite a bit. Once it gets below a certain threshold of HP. So when we get into team fights later, it's actually quite nice and quite a good ability, both because it disables the enemy of using their abilities, and also because it helps out to finish him off when they're fighting inside the range of the... Damn it. So let's just position ourselves here and push him back. There we go. What? Good night. Yeah, okay. It's early morning here in Denmark. Or not early morning. I think it's damn it. I believe it's 12 o'clock or something in the afternoon. And I have to go to work later. So you sleep well, and I'll enjoy my time at work. And then maybe I'll see you in the future. Have a great holiday season, regardless. So there we go. Okay, so my damage is pretty low. That's understandable on a healer. But my healing is pretty nice. I haven't really eclipsed Lily and Alexstrasza. I don't think I've actually said her name before. That was super awkward. Let's just focus on this. Run, run, my friend. I want to heal you, but I can't. So there we go. So now. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. My spirit. There we go. Can I actually get this guy? We could. Got him. Got him. Got him really good. Oh shit. Go. I don't like you. You need to go away now. So we're working our way towards our final goal of 50 detonations. Right now we're almost at 40. Almost at 4 dukes. There we go. Let's just keep this train rolling. Come on, dude. Gotta get this one. There we go. So it's important to try and spread it around, obviously, because it's both heals your allies, but it also ensures that you get more detonations. Oh, okay, so let's just put this guy down here. Just whip his ass. Like that. So right now we're able to finish our quest. Oh, almost. Okay, one more detonation, then it's finished. And then we'll increase our healing potential. Bottom and top left. Okay, we got it. We got it, mate. Now she might actually be able to take it without competition at all. Okay, gotta help Bella. Come on, Bella. There we go. So there we go. Don't worry, we'll take it down here. Oh, we got the boss afterwards. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, come on, guys. We gotta do this. Guys, please give me 2. So actually seem to be quite a bit on top here. Quite a bit on top. Okay. Get away from me, man. I don't like you. Yeah. You can't hit? Ah, okay, then you hit me. Okay, okay. I see what you did there. Come on, guys. So that was the last energy drink, but now still have coffee left. beautiful. Now we gotta go for teamwork, right? So we gotta give compliments every time we do something good. Keep that motivation going. Oh damn it, we got it. Okay. And we certainly did good there. I still think it's my computer that's hitching every once in a while, because it seems like my mouse was hitching as well. I don't know what's actually going on. Maybe it's some kind of bug in Windows, I don't know. We try to keep it positive here. We do our best, we work with what we got. What are you doing, guys? I think we should tear this one down. Damn. Okay, so I'm a bit confused. I actually don't know why we won there at the end.
MVP.
Because their heart lost 2 lives at the end, but I don't know why, to be honest. Did we do well? Okay, so we actually eclipsed their healing combined. But obviously there was also a lot of downtime with deaths. But they didn't really do that much damage. Okay, so obviously we were also had a level lead, which also helps a lot. You know what? Maybe it's because I had the stream running in the background. Maybe that's what caused the hitching. So I just paused it. Let's try and do this. And then I just hope that helps a bit out with the small amount of hitching. Damn it. So you know what? Just to prove that I'm an old man. I'm just gonna get this, because it's pretty cold today. Well, if you're watching from across the world, actually, in Denmark, it's almost freezing temperature. It's almost freezing temperature. It's between 3 and 4 degrees, and we're talking Celsius here. So that's quite a lot of. That's quite cool, to be honest. Hoo team. What should I ban? Something really annoying. So we have 2 assassins as pre-picks. Garrosh, he's just kind of like a... He's like a go-to banner. Or go-to for ban, actually. He's a very good hero, he's a very good tank. but... He gets banned a lot. I believe it's mostly because of his crowd control, because he has the ability to pull in the enemy and throw them behind him, or throw them in front, I don't know. Whichever he prefers, you know, he just throws them everywhere. But But in the beginning, you can really mess up the opponents if you take them and throw them behind your own wall, because they can't escape, and then they'll just get wrecked by the towers. What should I ban? Valera maybe? I don't know. Which hero? Noob, okay. Ah, there we go. There we go. It's just... oh my gosh.
Ready for action.
What? Focus Valor and Nocebo, please.
Victory for the Forsaken.
Because right now we have two frontliners, right? And they are also tanks, so they're pretty durable. That's nice, because if I don't have, I have sustained heal, right? We established that last game, and that's quite nice for these heroes that have a lot of HP, because they take a lot of time to get whittled down in health. So it doesn't really matter mostly whether the healing is slow or put out as bursts. So that's nice. And our tanks, no, sorry, our assassins here, they do quite a lot of damage, but they are mostly ranged. So I think we have a potentially very strong setup. And we are against two specs that usually doesn't go as well. At least according to my experience, it might only be here in silver that people can't really play to their strengths. But they also have quite a lot of damage though.
Warriors, prepare yourselves for combat.
Are you ready for this?
I will keep a clear mind always. The battle begins in 10 seconds.
Look at this royal stitches.
5, 4,
His mouth is sort of weird, right?
2,
I think his tongue looks like an avocado or something.
battle begins.
They have a pretty squishy team. Good luck and soak. Don't worry, I'm a super soaker. Okay, that almost sounded dirty, but no harm meant.
You've served your High Lord well enough.
Okay, so we're actually occupying every lane right now, which is nice. Nice.
Their failure is complete. Is this the best healing you can
So Alaric used his silence attack on him, which removed his ability to actually jump away. Because Muradin has an ability where he jumps away, or jumps, let's say, because you can also use it offensively. But a lot of Muradin players likes to use it to disengage, to get away from the enemy. But once he was silenced, he couldn't use that ability, so he had to run away instead, and then he still received enough damage to take him out.
We've redesigned our Triglav protector for combat in the Nexus. Prepare to begin field testing.
Choose a talent.
And then we were able to take him out. Come on, dude.
Triglav terminal online. Take control of it to pilot the mech.
Is this the best healing you can do?
Well played, mate. I don't really know why he would try to stun me there, because it was not really the best use of his ability. To use the stun for engagement. Let's try and spread this around before I detonate. There we go. Okay, so I'm starting to run out of mana, to be honest. That's not too great, but let's try and heal these guys up and work toward the finishing of our quest. Okay, so let's put out this.
Assign a pilot and a gunner so you can test its weapons.
I want to be part of the robot, please, mate, please.
You need a gunner to use the protective weapon.
Oh, okay, that didn't really last that long.
Our engineers have made good progress with them.
So Jaina finished some sort of quest right now. Ah, sorry, that was Nasibu. Not really the same person at all.
And our forts. Do not fail me. Much better healers.
So we'll just keep back. Be sure this. Oh shit, this gate is still working. Everything is good. We like this border patrol, right? We'll stand up here. Have a look at the papers every time they come near. Yes. Actually a bit screwed right now. Maybe I should have went and helped her out, but I think it was too late either way. Let's stay here and just stay here and try to soak a bit. They want help, okay. Maybe I should come. Oh shit. Sorry for the swearing, guys. Once it get hectic, you know, you never know what might come out of my talkie hole. There we go. So we got the strong arm, and we got this weak arm. The weak arm is only for saluting, right? And pointing at stuff when giving out orders. strong arm is for slapping people.
Access terminal online. Secure it to activate the protector.
Ouch, okay, not the best. Not the best. Still got to get some of those detonations. So there we go, everyone got a piece of the healing. Let's just try and hit him, there we go. And then just slow him down. There we go, nice going team. There we go.
Protector online. Give me a full demonstration.
I'll help you out, mate.
Choose a talent.
Ah, I couldn't really reach that far.
Destroy an expected outcome. Our enemy has destroyed the fort.
Trying to, oh god damn it, Alright. I didn't really get to fire either way. So right now, I'm just gonna try and heal us up here. There we go. I think it might be too late, guys. Don't worry about me. Stukov lives on in your heart. So yeah, you see here, as the enemy get below 30% of their health, our looking arm deals 150 more damage to enemy heroes. That's quite a bit. Lily Blind. So at least we got into their... Is it a fortress or tower? I can't really remember which one is which. But they got all the way in there. They destroyed our tower down here, but we still have our outpost out here. At least, oh shit, let's just concentrate a bit more. Like this. Let's look at this. Yeah. So you know what? In the interest of sharing a small story from the real life, that isn't really that interesting though, but it's something to tell you why we sit here and play this game. Here we go. Finish the quest. I actually helped my dad has an old phone, right? That's a story that transcends time itself. He got the hand down from my old phone, which was an Galaxy S2, and I had installed custom firmware. I was running CyanogenMod. So we also upgraded the install on his phone after he got it, and I don't know, he's an electrical engineer, but he's not really that great with software, both in understanding how not video games, but how software works. What is the, you know, when you're using software, right, there's certain kind of logic behind how it functions. Where are the function in the menus hidden, or oh, lots of damage on this guy. So where are the things hidden? Which functions are readily available just from shortcuts, stuff like that. How do you get it to function like you want to, and what abilities does it have, right? There's a certain logic behind it. And that logic, my father has never been able to get into any sort of those logical things, so everything just seems like, I really don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it's not as bad as giving an old lady a new kind of device, but it's sort of like along those lines, right? Every ability has to be learned from scratch. So from scratch, she doesn't know any kind of UI language or anything like that, which might actually help her out understanding new things, right? So, you know, if you know most of the functions, then new functions is sort of like, okay, so this is the logic behind it. And my dad sort of has the same problem. Let's just do this. So either way, once we upgraded this phone, it got objectively better, right? It had more functionality, it ran faster, some of the bugs were gone, but my father, he just focused on the new bugs, the differences that were present once you upgrade. So to him, the upgrade was sort of like so and so, you know? Some good, some bad. Maybe we shouldn't upgrade at all, now we have to learn something new. You know, that sort of deal. But either way, somehow the upgrade got broken. So in this weekend we had to install a new Android version on it. Oops, I didn't really pick a skill once we hit 16. It's quite a while ago. Whoop. So because of the unique way the memory is allocated on the S2, it's actually somewhat of a hassle to install the new OS on it. Oh, Jaina, what are you doing? Oh, damn it. Okay, nice. So let's push. Let's push. So the short version of the story is that I spent most days Saturday trying to get it to work, just trying to install this new version. Or Sunday actually. Damn it. Damn it. Come on guys. I need some help.
Protector's power. Crazy.
And then at the end I was only able to install one new OS, not really the newest one. I was trying to get, what is it called, 7 installed, 7.1? The newest one is 8, but I don't want to install that new software on it because obviously then it just is very buggy and unstable, and I mostly want him to have a stable phone, more so than something new. But I couldn't really get 7.1 on it. So at the end I installed 6.01. But there wasn't enough space on it to also install the Google apps. What a messed up situation, to be honest. So yeah, right now it's just running the OS without the Google apps, which severely limits its capabilities, which is quite annoying. Okay. Probably the best pick for Arch for pushing away, but oh my god, please have mercy on our souls. Oh, Lily got caught. Come on, Jaina, come on, Jaina. Damn it. If we are able to catch Nasibu in a bad spot, we might actually be able to really kick her ass. Oh shit.
I'm starting up an access terminal.
But yeah, so the old phone, or the old OS it was running, he hadn't actually ever made a Google account. He didn't want to. I don't know why. It was sort of like, "Ah, just get spam." Wait, what? No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't want them to know everything about me. So, okay, Dad. I can't use the calendar. Well, you got to make an account to use it, right? It saves them to your account. Ah, no. So he was running an Android phone without having an account, so he couldn't actually get apps on the store either. Oh my god! Alright, please wait. Don't go in there and die, guys, please. Okay. Ouch! It's hurting, it's hurting, it's hurting. Ah, okay. So even though he doesn't have the Google Apps and it limits the capabilities of his phone, if he didn't have an account either way, it's not really that much of a difference. So yeah, so now he has a newer OS. I hope it's more stable than the old one.
Be ready for it.
So yeah, so I just gotta figure out a way to install those apps. I know it's a very interesting topic right now, and then I have to do it over the Christmas holiday season. But for now, I think he's good. He's good to go, you know, good to go. I think we're actually losing right now. Oh shit, so they're actually... Ah, damn it. Lever. Good start, shitty ending, yeah. He said wrong, you know. In the beginning we just sort of synergized. I don't know if our composition was very good or it was just our playstyles that really mixed well together. We're just kind of kicking their ass, you know, staying on top. But then they sort of just like turned it around. I don't know why. I think our coordination just fell through. I think the main problem was our coordination at the end just fell through, and yeah, and we in the beginning it just went so well that we didn't really communicate together to make stuff to make the plays happen, and then once we started hitting a better enemy team, we weren't really speaking together at all. We didn't start to speak together or coordinate because it just went along automatically in the beginning. So once our enemies started to play better, we just kept on doing whatever we were doing, and yeah, we didn't come together as much as we did automatically in the beginning, and we didn't communicate to try and fix it. So yeah, in the end we just lost there. Too sad. So let's have a quick look here. We finished the last of our quests. We sort of broke our streak, I almost said, but I lost the first match. I won the second. I lost the third. So it wasn't really much of a streak anyway. But yeah. So if we get about 100 XP for every match, I still need 7 more matches with Stukov. Then he'd have to be switched out. So let's have a quick look at the other supports that are coming up. So as you can see, most of the supports I actually have at level 15 here. I have Brightwing and Morales at a bit higher. Played them quite a bit. And Stukov is about to be switched out. So then I have to go with Tessadar, Anna, or Alexa Starsasa, or whatever she's called. To be honest, I believe I have to switch him out with a healer that is a bit more focused on healing. So I guess it has to be one of these two. But either way, we're coming up at a new healer soon, and we're closing in on the goal of actually having every healer up at level 15. I don't know what I'll do after that. Maybe I'll just don't favorite any healers and just pick from the pool, or maybe just mostly favorite the ones I'm best with, the ones that are on top currently, and then mostly pick them and just go for whoever I want the most. But yeah, I don't know. But I think that'll do for this current stream. I thank you for watching and for staying in the chat, and I'll see you around another time. Have a good one. Bye.